for the winner. Strong often like Popeye for spinach. Let me finish. I'm talking business. This how you get off your man, so beginner. I got some new shoes and they still in the box. If he don't pay dues, then he's still in the box. My strap never locked. I pull it like slaps. Cause to send him, I'm dripping like Vegas. Don't slide. Don't slide. This wrong way.
Hey, welcome back to Live with Carisha. I'm your host, Carisha the Diva, and today I am honored to be doing an amazing, fun virtual with actor, influencer, comedian, entrepreneur, Jacob Berger. How are you?
Oh, thank you so much for that great introduction. That was really nice. I'm doing good.
I had to bring the vibes. First of all, congratulations on everything that you accomplished.
Oh,
Yes,
thank you.
you're amazing. I don't know if anyone told you you're amazing, but the Diva is going to tell you you're amazing. Can we go back in time to a little bit? So you're originally from New York.
Correct. I'm from the Bronx, born and raised.
Okay, so what led you to start performing like on stage?
Well, actually, this is a second career for me. I actually went to college and graduate school to be a social worker. Like I used to do outpatient mental health treatment for like agencies in Harlem or Washington Heights and stuff like that. And I did theater as a kid, but I kind of, stopped doing the theater stuff once I got to college and stuff and focused on just my education. Um, and then after like a couple of years, I just wasn't really happy with doing that profession. I had a few jobs over the course of a couple of years, and I started getting unemployment and started what I call Craigslist hustling, where I found little jobs and gigs on Craigslist. And one of the first jobs I got was being a party MC for kids parties, where it was like it was called Debbie's Family Disco. So it'd be like a 6-year-old princess party, and I'm like the iPod DJ, and I'm hyping it up and dancing. So that got me into the routine of like getting back into the performing circle, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just sort of kept going at it. And then a couple other things. I got a couple of TV show things starting out, and I decided, and at the end of 2011, that you know what, I'm gonna go full steam ahead into this career as an actor, give it a shot. And I joined the union, and I haven't, 10 years later, I haven't looked back since.
I know that's right. So you were working like in a mental health segment area, the mental health
Yeah,
field.
I was doing like outpatient care for like what they call MICA patients, which is mentally ill and chemically addicted. So someone who has schizophrenia with a coke addiction, or has
Wow.
post-traumatic stress and is addicted to weed or something like that. Like, those kind of things.
So I could see how dealing with that can kind of lead you to like an influencer lifestyle. You probably was like, you know what, I can't do it.
Well, no, I love the work doing it. It was more just the bureaucratic red tape that gets in the way, and you're not, you're making really little money for the amount of education you have and stuff, and but it's all good now. It's just my degree is just an expensive paperweight at this point.
Basically.
Yeah.
Talk to us about the first time you went viral. Like, what project was it?
Well, like the first thing was that summer when I was unemployed. I did a comedy rap video called "I'm a Jew." It was over Meek Mill's "I'm a Boss" beat, and it didn't go viral like the way I would go viral in the future, but it like got some traction. It got reposted by Barstool Sports, and so it was like, oh, okay, maybe I got a future in this, because hip hop's always been a big part of my life. Being born and raised in the Bronx, I always was rapping with my friends, freestyling. So it's no surprise that hip hop is sort of what got me into the performing arts career lane. And so that was 2011, and then I just did the normal stuff that an actor does. Social media was not at all like in my mind of that's how I was gonna have my come up. Like I was doing the traditional route, which is taking acting classes, doing student films, web series, building your reels, building your resumes. And then I started getting major TV film auditions like a few years later in 2014. And just grinding it out. And then 2017 is when I had my big breakout moment with the Trump Bad and Bougie parody I did, as well as the Soldier Boy Trump thing.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
Yeah. So that was the moment that kind of changed my life forever and brought my career to the next level.
That's what's up. Talk to us about your character as an NYPD police officer. Like, how did you come? What led you to say, okay, let me just start being a cop and making funny jokes?
Well, it like I said, everything in life happens for a reason. It wasn't planned, but when I first started as an actor, when you join the union, you could earn a good living doing background work as an extra. So in New York, there's tons of cop dramas that are always shooting. So if you have a cop uniform you'll work 3-4 days a week and you can earn a pretty good living doing it, you know. So I was like core on like Law and Order SVU and Blue Bloods and all these other shows, which eventually I left that background world because I wanted to focus on being speaking roles and principal. So I had the uniform and then I just started making content with it and people seemed to really respond to it. You know, I kind of, because obviously I have the look of just a straight laced white guy, but then, you know, obviously I'm a cop who likes to smoke weed and grab on girls' booties and all that sort of fun stuff, you know.
Have you ever did a skit that you regretted? Like, did something ever go up and you was like, "Oh Lord, I need to delete"?
No, not really. I mean, I've always been very edgy with my comedy. I mean, the comedy landscape has changed a lot over the last few years as far as what offends people and what doesn't. Um, but no, I don't think there's any video. I'm pretty conscious of what I put out and like that it won't be that there's always comedy gold in it because obviously I do a lot of race-based comedy, so I'm always very conscious of the line that I walk and making sure that like I'm punching up and not punching down. Like it's not like just lazy race joke, you know, it's something that's clever or putting the white person at the butt of the joke, you know, and kind of thing.
I like it, and I want to applaud you on your content because you always somehow incorporate things going on like social injustices, things going on in the Black community, people of color, like into your comedy. And even though you make it funny, you also make it like awareness to people who
Oh
don't
yeah,
know what we be
absolutely. I
going
mean,
through.
yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I feel it's my duty um, to make content that addresses those kind of issues because, like I told you, I used to be a social worker, so I'm very motivated by social justice issues and addressing those kind of things. So I think through satire is a way to really address some important issues. And you know, I can't just like when like I've always been making content about Black Lives Matter like since day one, like with Trayvon Martin and like all that kind of stuff. That's why it's funny when people like racists come on my page like, oh, you're just trying to like appeal to Black people, da da this. I'm like, no, like I'm just a decent human being who is against racism, and I'm going to use my platform to talk on that. You know?
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
anybody who's ignorant can see that you that's not true at all. Because you even work with like influencers. I see you do videos with Rob. I seen that in the video you do it. I forget her name. This model you've been putting up a lot of her videos. Gorgeous girl. Her name escapes me. She's on like
Yeah.
your most current post, but you always seem to like bring in like Black influencers into your content and get them like a platform too. So nah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sort of a white man in the Black entertainment space. You know, I get compared a lot to like Gary Owen or Michael Rappaport. I'm sort of that, you know, the cool white guy from the hood that everyone like kind of digs and is always around and you know is always the token white guy at the spot, but like understands like what's going on and isn't ignorant to the struggles that people of color go through.
Right. So during 2020, it was like a crazy year with the Trump administration, with all
Yeah,
the police things we've been dealing with. Like, where
right.
were you as an influencer around that time? Were you stuck about what to put out, or were you? How did you
No, I
feel?
mean, I kept putting out content and stuff like that, you know, more than ever. Uh, you know, it's always important to address the issues of the day. You know, I'm very outspoken, progressive liberal, so I obviously made a lot of content getting at Trump and people who think like him. Um, but at the end of the day, it's like, because that's honestly, that's why it's kind of ironic because I actually don't even know if I would be here if Trump hadn't become president because I wouldn't have made that comedy rap video making fun of him. So like, you never know, but like in a weird way, I kind of owe my career, the start of my career to him, which I hate to say, but it's kind of the truth. Like, you know,
Thank you. Listen, I'm gonna thank him for you, Donald Trump. From the bottom of my
no,
heart, we want
no,
to thank you.
don't gas him up. No, we don't need
Yeah, you're
that.
right. You're right.
Yeah.
Crazy. So what's your thoughts on where social media is going now and the craze for everybody to like go viral? Like a few days ago, we had the milk crate challenge and
Right.
everybody wants to get the likes and get the superstardom. People are willing to do anything to
Yeah.
be an influencer.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely shifted over to TikTok as far as create content. I mean, Instagram is really not the platform it used to be 3-4 years ago. It's really difficult to go viral on Instagram these days because they took away the organic reach and stuff like that. So you need a real you need a real bang, something that like the dude dog face. You know, that video was everywhere, or June bug, like you know, where it's like something that takes the whole world by storm. Like you're not gonna blow up on Instagram any other way, really. Like but TikTok is a great platform because even if you don't have that many followers, your video can get millions of views because that's how their algorithm works. So anyone who wants to be in a creative space, I definitely recommend them go all in on TikTok, building content there, as well as YouTube, obviously, and stuff. I don't really do much YouTube, but if you make long form content, I recommend that.
How often do you think influencers should post? Like, should they post more than once a day, or should they?
I mean, that's a personal preference. I mean, for me, I try and post something almost every day. Like, it's not the end of the world if I don't post something on a day, but you want to keep your algorithm and your fans going. You know, you don't want to be annoying. You don't want to oversaturate them with content. That's why I try never to do like two big booty videos back to back. Like, I'll try and do something a little bit just so they don't. It's not repetitive. Yeah.
What do people always assume about you that's just absolutely not true?
What do people assume about me that's absolutely not true? That I'm older than I am. Like, people, it's funny because there's a director by the same name as me. And I, in my comment section, some of the thing that trolls would always say is like, dude, you're 58 trying to do comedy, like stop it, da, da. And I'm like, why do they all say 58? Like, that's a very weird reason, like, that they all say 58. And I Google my name and I see they put my picture next to this guy's name. So I had to go to Google and correct it and stuff like that. But I'm like, dude, like, come on, like, you really think that, like, I'm 36, I'm not 58. Like, come on, give me a break here. I know white doesn't age well, but like, damn. I
But
mean, if
you
anything,
look great.
I'd be a
You
poster
look great.
child for good skin if I'm 58. Like,
No, right. And it's crazy because when I did my research, I had Googled you a few days ago, and like his picture is really right next to yours. At first, it threw me off. I was like, oh Lord, I don't
yeah.
understand. This is not who I've been talking to. What's going on here?
Right. Yeah. So if they fixed it the other, but then like that celebrity birthday website, that one says I'm 49. I don't know. So whatever. At the end of the day, if you want to be an influencer, you need to have really tough, thick skin. That's something that Down Goes Frazier taught me a while ago. The why the hell you lying, that dude, like that. You know, there's always going to be that 15% that hate on you no matter what. So I just laugh when people try and get under my skin and stuff like that because it's just funny to me.
So who are you underneath? Like, who is Jacob Berger, not the celebrity? Like, are you like a quiet, chill person when you're not like piped
Yeah,
up on the internet?
I'm kind of like a introvert. Like, as far as like I like staying at home and watching Netflix and hanging out with good people. I'm not really big into the club scene. I mean, I did when I first started popping on Instagram and going to clubs, but now during the era of COVID, like I don't really want to be in a closed space that much. I went to Houston a month ago for Trade Day weekend. That was my first time going into a club since COVID started, and when I tell you I was the only one wearing the mask, plus the only white guy in the club. So like they thought I was the ops for sure. They're like, who's this fucking white dude with a mask? Because then people can't recognize me if I have my mask on, So yeah,
That's
so just I'm a good person, and I want to, at the end of the day, leave a legacy behind. I'm very blessed to be in the position I am. A lot of actors work for years to never make it to where I've come, and I'm just hungry to keep going because at the end of the day, I've only been in this game 10 years. I still have many good years ahead of me that I'm looking forward to.
That's a blessing. So we're gonna finish out with some hot seat questions. Only got 10 for you. It's something we always do on the show. We'll roll them out at you. You ready?
Okay.
Okay. Who was the last Karen you exposed?
Who was the last Karen I exposed?
Uh-huh.
Oh, geez. I don't think I exposed any Karens. I dealt with a Karen the other day because I ride a scooter. I have an electric scooter, and I was on the street. I was in the turning lane, and this lady like honked at me, like, "Get out the street!" And I like jumped off my scooter, like, Why are you honking at me? Like, you can't make the turn either. Like, there's oncoming traffic, and it was just the whole thing. But I have friends that do that, like Aunt Karen on TikTok who exposes Karens and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, like I said, I don't really hang out with too many Karens or see Karens, so it's not something I see all the time. But I love watching videos of them getting exposed for sure.
Hilarious. What is your favorite food in New York?
In New York, my favorite food is probably between Italian and Dominican, I would say. Like, because out here in California, like we don't have, because I grew up very heavy in Dominican, Puerto Rican neighborhoods, and out here they don't have that. It's more Mexican or Central American. So I miss that flavor, the sazon, the adobo, and then Italian, obviously, like just the pasta and because the bread is much better in New York because of the water. So Italian and Dominican, I'd say.
What's the last movie you watched?
last movie I watched was I was just watching Predator for like the millionth time. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I love that movie. I can watch it anytime. You know, just have it on in the background.
That's hilarious. Who's your celebrity crush?
Ooh, celebrity.
I know you
crush.
got one.
You know, this one is gonna sound so unconventional, but I be having the biggest crush on Rachel Ray, the
designer.
Rachel Ray. She has her show on like ABC. She's a chef and she does cutesy little things, but like she got a dump truck. Like don't like she got fat ass like, and she's good. Like she cooks mad good food. I just feel like we'd hit it off well. Like I like that.
That's great. You got to slide in her DMs. All right, so
yeah, maybe the blue check is powerful. We'll see. She might be married though, so
don't underestimate the power of the blue check.
Exactly.
What influencer would you like to collab with, or celebrity? If you could collab with anybody for new content, who would it be?
Who would I collab with? I love to collab with Spice Adams. I guess he's a really funny dude. I like his energy. He's an older dude like me. I think we could make some funny stuff together.
I like that. And who's your favorite rap artist?
Jesus.
We had a large hip hop following on Live with Carisha.
Yeah, I don't want to offend anyone in particular. I mean, my favorite rapper of all time is Sean Price from Boot Camp Click. He passed away a few years ago. I like the Migos a lot. Action Bronson, Nas, Jay, the class. Like I'm from the golden era, so I like a lot of older stuff. I like the new stuff, but I also like a lot of old school artists.
You like
as
the
well.
goats.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. I'm a big Wu-Tang Clan guy. Big the Locks. Which is cool because I ended up becoming friends with the Locks and stuff, and I did a comedy skit on Styles P's last studio album and stuff. So like those are like that's one of the coolest things of being able to work with these famous rappers that I grew up listening to. And like holy shit, now like my first week here in California was when Kodak Black reached out to me and I did the skit with him where we're in the studio recreating that little viral thing. So it's just really dope what social media has opened for me as far as working and hanging out with the people that I grew up listening to.
That's awesome. All right, my last question. It's a zombie apocalypse. You need 3 people on your team to survive the end of the world. They can be dead or alive. Who's on your team?
Who's on my team? I'd say maybe my girlfriend probably, because she just would help me feel better like through hard times and stuff. And obviously I need some cheeks as well while it's going down. We gotta repopulate the earth. I guess Arnold Schwarzenegger, because I was just watching Predator, so like he's big and bad and stuff.
Right.
And then I want to say Bill Nye the Science Guy, because I feel like he would be helpful in like figuring out stuff and making medicine and things like that to help when the apocalypse comes.
You are iconic. Yes. And what's coming up? What do you got working on for us? Are you giving us any new projects, any new roles?
Right now, just been auditioning for a bunch of stuff. There's actually a workout DVD infomercial that'll be coming out soon. That it's funny because I can't really speak too much on it, but you'll see it. It'll probably be airing a lot. I was just on Brooklyn Nine-Nine a few weeks ago, and Black Monday as well. And just continue to audition and make content. And I'm about to take a little trip. We're going back to New York actually in a couple of weeks for the first time in 2 years. So that'll be cool to reconnect with a lot of creators that I came up with. And that's basically about it. And if you want anything else, just check out jacobbergeractor.com and follow me on Instagram and TikTok.
One for the summer, one for the winter. So I'm often like Popeye for spinach. Let me finish. I'm talking business. This how you get off your man, so beginner. I got some new shoes and they still in the box. If he don't pay dues, then he's still in the box. My strap never locked. I pull it like flash. This is how I'm dripping like Vegas don't slide.